everyone. I hope that you guys are doing well today. So I am changing Winona out of this because she's already been in it for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I have been still pretty busy, and I have been really wanting to change her. So today I'm going to change her into one of my favorite winter outfits that I've ever gotten. It's this really cute Old Navy pink onesie with the little snow bunny pants. And then it also comes with the snow bunny bib, which I usually don't put bibs on my dolls, but since it's like a matching one, I think it looks really cute with this set. And then I got this little bear hat with Bowie, and I think it would look cute with this. It's a little bit more gray than brown, but it might work. If not, I have the white hat as a backup. So, so today I don't really have like a set structured plan for this video just because I did this on a whim. I have been looking at my dolls for the past couple days just being like, oh, I really want to spend time with them, and then, you know, one thing or another and I just don't get to. So normally I have like a better setup, but that's okay. I hope that you guys still enjoy. So anyway, I kind of just want to talk about a little bit of, you know, just are we embarrassed about being in this hobby, and like if so, sort of why, and just kind of like exploring that topic a little bit further. I know a lot of other YouTubers have done so, but I kind of want to do like my personal opinion and take on it, and then I would love to hear your guys's as well. So what kind of made me think about this is I have just started field work or clinicals, depending on what you want to call it. And one of the things that they ask you on a lot of these questionnaires is just like, well, what are your hobbies? Tell me about all of the hobbies and things you enjoy doing outside of school and work. And Reborns are one of my biggest hobbies because I can fit them into my schedule pretty easily. I absolutely love doing outdoorsy things, and I usually do that on the weekend, so that's definitely one of my bigger hobbies, like hiking, fishing, camping, things like that. And I love doing art of all type, but, you know, for me to actually work and finish an art piece, it takes me an hour or so, and a lot of times there is just not enough hours in the day for that. And so I feel like my love for art is still there, but I just don't really get to participate in it like I used to. Now it's more collecting art more than making art. But I would never, ever write doll collecting or art collecting or like anything like that on one of those forms. And that kind of like just gets you thinking like, you know, am I embarrassed about being a doll collector? Like, I've been a doll collector my whole entire life, since like, you know, wee childhood. I've loved dolls, and it's never really been something that I like purposefully hid. Even when I was in high school and I had Reborns, all of my really close friends knew about them, and if people found my Reborn Instagram and asked questions, I was fully comfortable answering them, except for that one embarrassing story that was like a previous video. That was a little bit different, but just like my normal Reborn page, if someone found it and was curious about it, I didn't really mind because I just feel like this is, you know, this is part of my life, and I think it's a really cool hobby. And I've never really had a negative reaction before. Like, I've never really had anyone be like, oh, you're so weird, that's like, it's horrible that you collect dolls. I don't know. I don't really even know what people would say. So it's just like, you know, why would we be so scared to share this hobby with new people? And like, why is it such like a closeted thing? I don't know. And so like, I was just kind of going through my like thought processes on it. And I'm just like, you know what? A lot of people who don't really know very much about this hobby find it very interesting, I've noticed, and they ask a lot of questions about it, which I am fine with answering. I've never really had too big of an issue with. However, I think I just get tired of answering them. And I don't know, it's just like, do you have reborns because you like have lost a child or you really want a child? And just like, no, that's not really me. I just like collecting dolls, and I think babies are very cute, but you know, babies in real life grow up. These babies do not. And that's a big appeal for me, right? Is, you know, I don't really want a baby that's gonna scream and cry and poop and grow up and wants a new car and an iPhone, and you know, so it's just like it's a completely different thing. So like I hate that question, and I think it's just such an uncomfortable one. So then if it's like, oh, you know, you don't have them because you want a baby, well then is it because you have some sort of like mental illness? Or like, it's just, you know, like people just like either ask or probably assume like just the most absurd things. And I think it's just like this like stigma about dolls. Like people have like very like negative connotations to dolls, like, oh, creepy, or and I also talked about this in like a previous video about why the doll hobby is probably never going to be mainstream. And it's just because, you know, people see Chucky and they see you know, these other ones, and even my boyfriend is scared of dolls. He does not like dolls. I mean, he doesn't mind mine because he's like, oh, they all have closed eyes and they don't move, and I'm just like, okay. But I found like a lot of people just have like this weird idea, and it's also kind of like people also have a little bit of weird thoughts about adults playing with toys. So I found that, like, you know, there is probably a bigger stigma on dolls than like on, you know, trains or cars or models, or, you know, like the more manly, you know, collector toys. I actually really like this hat. I think it looks so cute with the bunnies. It's a little bit loose on her, but as I've said, she doesn't move. So hey, there you go. So anyway, on with my story. But I feel like, you know, when guys have hobbies like that, they don't always openly share them either. Like, you know, you typically hear guys like, oh, I like shooting guns or da da da, and you don't really hear very much of just like, oh, like I really like, you know, collecting trains, or I don't know, maybe it is a more normal thing. It is kind of strange, but yeah, I like I said, if, you know, anyone from my clinicals or field work or anything like that came across my YouTube or my Instagram, which I feel like would be very unlikely because they're all kind of low-key, it would be like just uncomfortable answering all the questions. I wouldn't mind, and it wouldn't be like a bad thing, and I wouldn't be like super embarrassed. It just like, I just wouldn't want to. So I think it's kind of just fun to have these hidden things. I've always been like a little bit of a rebel when it comes to pretty much everything I do that's like not school and work, right? So like in school and work, I like to be, you know, very professional and a little bit more mild, I guess. But in my free time, I like to have like weird hobbies. I don't want to have hobbies that everyone else has. I like to listen to different music that a lot of people wouldn't listen to. I like going to kind of like weird events, and just experiencing different things. And I feel like you don't do that just by going to like, the norm, like the most popular bar in the city. You got to go to kind of like the weird underground one. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I feel like I would just be so bored if I just had like, you know, normal, everyday, boring hobbies and interests. So I've always been like that. I've always, like, you know, when during, I think it was middle school, like everyone was like super duper into like Justin Bieber and Hannah Montana and High School Musical, and I feel like that really dates me. But anyway, that was a thing, and I hated all of them, like with a passion. I was just like, everyone else likes this movie. Well, I already hate it. I've never seen it, but I already hate it. So I don't know. But I didn't even like openly sharing that with other people. Like when people are like, oh, have you seen High School Musical? I'm just like, oh, maybe, I can't remember. Or, you know, like I wanted to be different, but I didn't always like express it just to everyone because, yeah, I just don't really want to like be like, oh, I just don't want to watch it because everyone else does. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's like kind of an odd psychological thing that humans do, but anyway, maybe someday there won't be like such a stigma on adults playing, because I think that play is a very important part of anyone's life, like not just kids. I feel like we all need a little just like free, fun exploration without like an exact end in mind. Because even with like leisure activities, like you kind of have like a direct end, but when you get to play with materials and play with different things, I think it's really good for your imagination. So anyway, I probably have rambled a little bit too much, and I don't think I made very much sense. Like I said, when I ramble, I go to weird places, so I usually make like a chart, I guess, or like a format, I don't know, on what I'm going to say or points that I'm going to say. But yeah, I just didn't have time for that. So anyway, let me know if you guys like these style of videos more, if you guys kind of like the little bit more structured talking videos. But anyway, I want to know your guys' opinion on this topic, and do you guys get a little shy or embarrassed or just kind of rather not really share your reborn hobby with others? Am I the only other one out there? Anyway, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and thank you for watching this video. Winona and I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye everyone!